hearken. Hear the whispers of vast creations, Master, echoing from the deep.
Alright, I think everything seems to be working. Yeah. Hi everyone, welcome to the stream. I'm back from a 1 week break. And let's get into it. At least let's do the daily maintenance thingy. So today my plan would be to basically spend a bunch of resources that I've accumulated over the last several weeks. I wasn't spending much, and now this is probably a good time to sort of take a look at which operators I have, which operators I want to upgrade, actually upgrade them, and see which resources I'm missing to like create a perfect composition, or you know, level the operators that I would be interested in.
You are... the doctor.
And do stuff like that. And also 2 new banners came out, and I haven't had the chance to pull on them yet, and so might as well do it on stream. Since we're going full free-to-play, I am not going to be pulling until a particular thing comes up, or like I'm not, you know, doing 300 pulls to get a very certain operator. I'm just gonna pull until pity, and then see what's up. That's basically the plan. Okay, I think I replaced some of the... Yeah, I received a bunch of clues and haven't had the chance to use all of them, because I'm giving all of my own clues up, and you don't always get a full set. So I think one of the clues is gonna expire very quickly. Okay, let's see here. Who do we want to thank? Dukan is giving us a lot. So, and Leto. Yeah, I'll just give it here. As long as we keep trading clues, we're generating more credits. Though you might make an argument for using your own clues to, you know, start the exchange. That might be more efficient in terms of credit gain for you, but I'm not certain if that's the optimal strategy. Hard to tell. I didn't do the math. Yeah, hello, welcome. If you're just joining,
You are...
just taking care of the dailies,
isn't it?
of the daily activities, and then we can start actually doing meaningful stuff in a little bit. Let's see. I probably want to buy these. Maybe not super efficient, but whatever. Yeah, the recruitments are still running, so no recruitments for the time being, but in terms of headhunting, I still haven't done any pulls on these new 2 banners, so would be interested in that. Would like to get Scotty for the account, but who knows? Might get lucky, or might just get a 5-star. Oh, hey Delcano, how's it going? Hey, nice to see streams. Can't stay to watch though. Oh, feels bad, man. But it's alright. I publish the VODs on YouTube, so you can always check it there, even if the Twitch VOD runs out or disappears. But yeah, IRL stuff comes first. And so, yeah. What is the channel name for YouTube? I think I have it linked on my Twitch page. but it's basically GetaLyfe stream archives or something like that. Give me a moment. It should be somewhere on my Twitch page, maybe below the player. Also, the current CC is extremely easy, so hopefully you can achieve a good amount of progress. Oh, sure, I'll give it a go. Haven't had the chance to hop in, but yeah, definitely. We'll try and tackle it tonight, maybe solve the stages and see how that works. But yeah, I imagine it's similar to any other CC, or... And I've also heard that they've made some differences, so I guess I'll explore. It's going to be a fun learning progress. Or a learning opportunity, I should say. Yeah, I gotta dip. Have a good rest of the stream. See you next time. Yeah, see you, Delcano. Nice to have you around. Alright, in this case, let's see. What should we start with? I think I'm gonna start with reviewing what operators I already have. Oh, I think I have a mission pending. What are they called? Oh, it's just an operator record. Alright. Let's see movie, so we're not gonna watch that. Have I played the simulation? No, I don't think I've completed it. Alright, let's go for the simulation, why not? Alright, let's see. Seems that we're going to be getting just 9 enemies, so they're probably going to be tough to deal with. Okay, I'm not familiar with these units, so I know Spot, he's a healing defender. I know Hibiscus, she's a medic. Now Waifu, I think she's a fast redeploy. Yeah, reduce redeployment time. She can push slightly. Give melee tiles are over here. And Ark. Attacks an ally within range. And then increases the max HP and defense of self and that unit by 80% for the remaining duration of the skill. Continuously loses HP over time. Yeah, it sounds rough. How should we do this? I imagine this probably is going to be something like Ark facing Spot, Hibiscus behind Ark, and then Waifu could go in front or something like this. But yeah, let's try. Or maybe I have to face Ark upwards, or this guy's gonna leak.
成してるといざという時痛い目見るぜ。
Whatever you say. Holding a shield is tiring, pal.
Not sure. We're holding on for now, so that's good, I guess. Not sure for how long that's going to continue to be the case, but yeah, let's see.
Whatever you say.
I mean, I think the plan is working out fairly well. It's like Spot is taking the punishment, and the javelin throwers are slowly killing themselves. Let's see.
Catch.
Doctor, please come to your senses.
We just won. Alright, I'll take that. First try!
With hard work,
Nice.
even an idiot can get the job.
Hey Chow Chad, how's it going? Seems good. Alright. So let's see here. So the plan was to roll on the banners and get new operators and then manage the operators that I have, because I have a ton of them. I've collected a ton of resources, so you can see I have like more than 2 million credits. And then if we look at maybe not Siege, maybe Gavial, to see how many EXP books we have, like, this is a lot. This is a stockpile that I've accumulated over several weeks of playing and not upgrading anyone. So I think it's high time that yeah, I actually spend and actually improve my team. So I think I'll start with getting new ops and then seeing what we're gonna get. Let's just go for it. And as a free-to-play, I'm gonna be going until Pity, and then not necessarily rolling until like a 6-star or anything. Yeah, RNG please. Okay, and Mataimaru. I think it's another potential.
I'm Ansel, a medical intern. I'll be assisting with surgery.
But I think she's at level 1 at the moment, so.
I'm Vanilla, trainee operator from Blacksteel. Looking forward to
Alright,
learning
Ansel Vanilla 3 stars for now. Potential 69 or something.
This is intern hibiscus. From now on, I'll be in charge
Yeah, you get a lot of 3 stars from recruitment and from rolls on the banner. They're the most frequent. It seems like it seems like pulling the what's it called? The duffel bag actually gives you a 4-star, and skipping gives you a 3-star. Nah, it's RNG. It's completely random. You can't really control it. But it's funny that there is a coincidence like that. Alright, Jackie, welcome to the team. Or, you know, and improved potential. Alright, let's see. And we got a Sora.
MSR から来ました。みんなのアイドル、ソラちゃんですって。ごめんごめん。この自己紹介、ロドスの
Okay, is she good? I don't know. I haven't seen her before. I think she's an idol. She might be a buffer of some sort. She might buff other operators. Let's check. She's in this tab, I think. Oh, she's a bard. So like Scotty Alter. Does not attack but continuously restores the HP of all allies within range. HP restored per second is equal to 10% of self-attack. Self is unaffected by inspirations. Yeah, bards are kind of overshadowed. I see. Oh well, I guess this is gonna be like a budget Scotty Alter or something. Okay, let's see. What do these skills do? Attack range expands. All enemies within attack range are put to sleep. And the healing effect of this unit trait is increased to 45%. Not bad. It's like some CEC. What do we get when we go to E1? 50% chance to immediately restore a skill point by 25% of max skill points when the skill ends. So it's like a coin flip to recharge quarter of the SP bar. Alright. And another skill, Hymn of Battle. All other ally units within attack range gain inspiration equal to 70% of this unit's attack. Oh yeah, so this is like a buff that's very similar to Scotty's. But this one is not infinite, it's manual activation, 10-second duration. Okay. Seems decent. But yeah, I'll make the decision later on whether I want to improve her or not. Let's go to the other banner first and also spend our hard-earned random. Get our guaranteed 5-star or 6-star. New unit, Fog. Alright, click welcome to the team. Also not familiar with how this unit works. I'll have to go read. And I hope you bear with me because, you know, the only way to learn a very good drone caster? Oh, cool. Oh, and Jay. Jay. Alright. More new recruits. Nice. So yeah, as I was saying, I hope you bear with me as I read through the abilities, because for me that's sort of the best way to understand how the unit functions. And some people say that it, you know, global server doesn't read, and I'm here to prove them wrong. In one of the earlier streams, I was reading the story of, what was it, Arknights? Oh, hey, yeah. I was reading through the story of Arknights, and even role-playing as the different characters. It was a little slow, but yeah, that's a visual novel for you. Wow, a 6-star. Who are we gonna get? Yosh. Yeah, people say she's trash, but I want to get to assemble the team of Abyssal Hunters, so I don't really care. Walking Catastrophe, welcome. Alright, nice. So we got a bunch of upgrades to the potentials. So Mateor Maro is now pot 2. Vigna became max pot, which is very nice. The TP cost reduction is clutch, or might come in handy sometime. Okay, now we got a couple of new units. I want to read through the abilities. Okay, so with mech casters, I'm familiar. Yeah, Scuddy slaps super hard. Sleep. What's the meme? Boss killer? Or something along those lines. But yeah, she's like solo DPS, I think. Or supposed to be. And cheats death once with module. I might want to sort of... I guess I made the right decision in pulling on the banners first and then going to upgrade the operators, because this might, you know, change the priority that I have. But anyways, let me read through the abilities and see what's up here. Okay. Click on her drones, gain 6 attack speed. Okay, a buff. Attack range expands. Attack plus 40% releases drone to attack enemies and grants self and drone a 20% chance to stun enemies for 0.4 seconds. Okay, the drone locks on until the enemy is defeated or until the skill is over, then returns to the operator. Okay, cool. So I guess in this sense, click functions very similarly to Rock. Like it might be 1-to-1 even. It's just that Rock is more of a DPS oriented caster, I guess. And J seems to have some sort of crowd control utility with the second skill. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, so it's good to hear that I'm reading this correctly. But yeah, thanks for confirming my theories. Okay, who else we have? Okay, let's upgrade Matterhorn. Rock hits better. Yeah, solid. Especially because isn't Rock like a 5-star and J is a 4-star? That is also kind of relevant. It's like a small difference, but it still counts, right? Especially at higher levels. Yeah, but Click has some stun utility. Yeah, exactly. Okay. A merchant. What the hell is going on here? Has reduced redeployment time, but DP cost is not refunded upon retreating. While deployed, 3 DP are consumed every 3 seconds. Automatically retreats without sufficient DP. I don't know. Oh, but then he has silence utility. Huh. I'm not sure what infected creatures are. Alright, let's see. Super niche. Let's see. Attack plus 20%. Each attack heals a nearby friendly unit's HP equal to 30% of the damage dealt. Unlimited duration. Okay. So I guess he has like some self-sustain, or like in general can help other units stay up longer. But like this DP reduction thing is super restrictive. It's like, yeah, the DP drain makes normal DP generation to neutral. Yeah, as in like, you get 1 DP per second, if I recall correctly. So this is like, you get no DP other than from vanguards, essentially. And you get this. You get either silence or heals. Yeah. But yeah, it sounds interesting. Though maybe not something that I want to prioritize at this point. Because still, my account is kind of fresh. I started, what is it, like roughly a month ago? Or a month and a half, 2 months? I think it's been 2 months by this point. How can I check this? Yeah, so let's see. April 21st this year. So yeah, 2 months in, I'd rather focus on more solid strategies, perhaps. Especially before I know what the operator is about, personality-wise. because it's like certain characters you never meet in the story until it's like super late, and then it's like, oh, you were around as well. I used you in the battle a ton, but like, who are you? All right, let me catch up to you. Thank goodness module can negate that. The DP drain, you mean? Okay. Yeah, and it's great to hear that the niche operators can wait. And E0J on its own is even better for base. Alright, so it's like upgrading him from E0 to E1 makes him worse in terms of base operations? Because I know like this happens to in a slightly different context. Upgrading Frostleaf makes her worse because when she goes from E1 to E2, her attack interval increases, so she attacks slower, but her skill is timed in such a way that she can make a certain number of attacks in, and with increased with slower attacks, she can't get as many attacks off, and so it kind of hurts her. Okay, so weirdly, yes, upgrading Jay makes him worse for the base, for the base skill. Okay, that's good to know. In this case, let's milk it for as long as we can, and then maybe later decide what we want to do with that. Okay, cool. Now let's see. Let me just clear the selection for like favorite units, and now we can go around. Oh, that happens with Easton too. Lower defense on E2. Yikes. Yeah, that's rough. It's like, I don't know. I'm okay with such trade-offs being part of skills, like Spectre who gets stunned. Yeah, give me a moment. Yeah, like Spectre who gets stunned after using skill 2, and then there is like something strategic about using it, which makes for an interesting choice. But upgrades, especially like to levels, should be upgrades. They shouldn't come with like caveats. I mean, of course you can read them up before you promote, and you can see, oh, I see, like, your skill changes in such a way that I can't use you anymore, so I'm going to keep you at a certain level, but like, I don't know. It might be a base take, but I think that if you sort of make the numbers go up here in terms of like levels, units should strictly improve and not become worse. But just a take, my personal take. Okay, Chow Chat. Chow Chat says, I kind of agree, but there are ways to overcome limitations. Well, for skills, yes. It's like timing it properly will give you a strategic advantage, and you can sort of mitigate the disadvantage. But like with upgrades, it's like once you've upgraded the unit, it stays at E2. It's like once you've E2'd the unit, it stays at E2, and you can't go back. And you can't change the sort of the base skills to their previous versions. Yeah, I can go back. But I get what you mean. There's like certain like combinations of operators that you can put together as a team in the base, and then they can sort of make up for each other's disadvantages, like the increased morality drain or like decreased productivity. Maybe I haven't seen that yet, but like maybe something like that exists. And they can make up for each other and make it better. But you know, exactly that. I see. Anyways, let me no longer let me stop stalling and actually get to work, because let's see. Let me sort by, how do I want to sort? Maybe by rarity, because first things first, my plan is to definitely upgrade all the 3 stars to max, Imagine Rock not needing to get stunned. Yep. That would be a bit OP. But then, yeah, you might use it until you clear the screen, or like clear it up to the point that the enemies are all super far away, and then your Rock gets stunned, and it's kind of irrelevant. So you're good. But yeah, having her get stunned in the middle of a wave would be not ideal. Anyways, here's the idea. For low stars, I would like to get them to the highest level possible, because, I don't know, they're cheap and they might be used in certain spots, and they have like generally good coverage, and then they might be helpful when playing integrated strategies or something like that. Because sometimes like you get in integrated strategies, your hope is at 0, so you can only recruit 3 stars, and you get a token for some class that you don't have developed. So in my case, it's like guards. You can recruit a guard, but it's a 3-star, and you have an option between taking Midnight, who's E040, or Popcar, who's E040. And it's like, okay, I might as well pass. Because like, even though it's sort of possible to make them work under certain situations, because they're so under-leveled, they become very difficult to use and not particularly helpful. So yeah, kind of tough. So I'd like to have that baseline, at least for integrated strategies, but they can also serve as backup in case I'm sort of lacking something for the regular stages too. Like, suppose I want to double up Irene with another Lord, and I don't think I have another Lord in my roster. So I would prefer to have that as backup, or a full back plan, I guess. Yeah, as a plus, at least 3 stars only need LMD. Exactly. So it's like if I go to, yeah, let's say Midnight. If I go to promote him, then I just need to spend cash to get him up. Yeah, and then EXP to increase his level. And it's relatively cheap to get him to E155. The skills cost something to level, but it's also not that bad. So that's definitely in my plans. But let's see, I want to prioritize some of the like power units that I might want to use. Okay, Siege, I very much enjoy using her. Spin to win, and then I want to E2 her to give her the Excalibur, so she can go Saber on people, and remove the Van from the Vanguard class. Could be a good meme. Eventually E240 for the module, or E260, not sure. Because I heard it like reduces her DP cost, which doesn't help much, but it's nice to have. So like, eventually, we'll get there. But first, sort of getting them to a high level. Vigil is a pass. No comment. The internets know. Mostima, got her recently, never got to really use her. I think she's a JoJo reference, so we take her on for the beams. Archetta is pretty cool, but I'm like, not sure. I already have... where is she? Oh, way to the left. I already have Blue Poison leveled, and Archetta is very similar to Blue Poison, and in that sense, she's not sort of bringing much to the table. I'd rather have like a single target sniper, I guess. A single target DPS. Because for now, the only one I have leveled is Cruz. Everyone else is at 1. So like, it's a maybe, but not necessarily. Okay, Scotty Inspector. Once again, I want to get the Abyssal Hunters. I'm not taking any objections. Scotty may be bad in your eyes, but I think she should have her uses in certain situations. And then she's a mood, so let's take her. Blue Poison, already leveled, already has a lot of utility. In principle, I could replace Blue Poison with Archetto, but I'm not sure if there's a reason to do that. Blue Poison has the Poison Dot, and Archetto has like this SB increase for automatic skills. Yeah, eventually a raise then. Archetto's mostly all-rounder. Okay, cool. So, yeah, BP has a lot of staying power. Yeah, she can multi-hit and apply poison to a lot of targets, and then they might die on their way to the blue box even without any additional damage. It may not necessarily work on like tougher levels, but yeah. Yeah, arts damage. Arts damage sniper helps. Yeah, true. Let's see here. Amiya, required for the story. So let's do that. Who else? Honeyberry and Mulberry. Both are elemental healers, and I probably want to have at least one of them leveled. But like, also not sure. Maybe not the first priority. Since I'll be sort of at some point finishing Arknights, which I wanted to do for a long time now, but I haven't gotten a chance to. Or I did, but I couldn't kill the boss in my session. It's like, and I didn't do it off stream, so it's still in my plans. Don't worry, eventually we'll get there. Maybe after today's leveling session, we might be able to just knock it out the park. Yeah, either is fine. Let's see. Let's save for now and see what we're gonna get from the promotion. Ranged operators within attack range gain max HP plus 10%. And it's named Collective Consciousness, just like a song from Metal Gear Rising. So, solid meme right there. Exquisite. And Mulberry is a helper. When Mulberry and at least one more medic operator are on the battlefield, all medic operators gain 10% attack. Honestly, I prefer this in terms of usability. And then in terms of resources, it's rocks and this solvent, semi-synthetic solvent, which I have tons of and don't use for anyone. While here, we'll need the devices, which are kind of hard to come by. Or at least for me. They're kind of expensive to make. So I think I'll go with Mulberry then. Okay, so who else do we have? We have Schwartz. And Schwartz, I think, is a single target sniper. So she... Oh, no, she's a heavy shooter. But I heard she's really good. Yeah, she has like this high single target DPS. And then when you promote her, she becomes even better at activating the talent. So yeah, could be great to level, especially since she's a 6-star. So it could be cool. Who else we have? Okay, Vigil, Archetto, Honeyberry we've already talked about. Sessa, I honestly used him as an artilleryman. Oh, still good for high defense elites. Yeah, perfect. Then, yeah, let's add Schwartz to the list. Sessa, like, I wasn't really impressed with his performance, to be honest. He's an artilleryman, so I guess an AoE sniper. He did his job, but not particularly well. And then his second skill is kind of niche to use. When things move and his grenade just stays in place. It eventually blows up, but it only it will decrease the defense of only the units that are caught in the blast. So very situational. So I'm kind of thinking that I'm gonna get him to like max level for the sake of round numbers, but then I'm just gonna leave him there. And same for Skyfire. The second skill is like, it can come in handy in certain situations when you want to stall the waves as well, but like more often than not, you want to. Oh, Cesar relies on blockers? I see. So I guess, yeah, if you can like stall a huge wave with a bunch of blockers that are like put sequentially in a line, and then you shoot off the grenades, it's like you blow up everyone, and all of them are debuffed. I see, but yeah, I haven't run into those situations with them. So yeah, I'll probably be looking for a different heavy shooter, especially since I think I have some in backup. Shirayuki in particular, I think she would be great to have in place of Sessa. She's like pure DPS, and that's what I might be looking for. Yeah, anyway, Sessa, Skyfire, sort of similar. The slow down effect can be useful in certain situations, but oh, very strong pick, Shira. Yeah, thanks. I think someone suggested it a stream or two ago, especially since sort of her second skill. Yeah, let me save the changes. Her second skill has staying power. She throws out the shuriken and it just stands. It remains in the same spot, dealing a bunch of rage damage. Most of them overlap too. Let's see. Mostema also has the slowdown effect, right? Or even stuns. Oh, so I guess the strat is to stun a bunch of enemies and then launch the shuriken to just DPS all of them down and like mow down crowds just like that. Seems solid. But yeah, it's like, and then yeah, like AoE stun that deals 100% attack as Rs damage every second. Like, and the meteor, it like helps a little bit, but it's very clunky with the attack speed decrease. Okay, it's like a huge nuke, but with a small stun, but like it's very clunky. And then sometimes enemies might run away from it somehow. If they're fast enough, they might just dodge it. So you might get unlucky sometimes. Okay, who else we have? Zima. Let's take her. I'm also going to be assembling a team of Ursa students. Just for fun. Yeah, but the upgrade cost 5 versus 6 star. Well, I guess I'll have to bear the consequences. But yeah, a team of bears would be cool. Speaking of which, there's Aurora, who is Ursa's in terms of race, but she's not from Ursa's the Empire. She's from Kirak. Haha, punny. Yeah, very punny. I hope you find it yeah. Anyways, moving on. The problem with Aurora, I find, is that she only restores SP when blocking enemies. And yeah, she looks cute, even though like this this zipper on her jacket, it's entirely non-functional and entirely not a thing if you want to have winter clothes. But sort of, other than that, very pretty design. The trait that she only restores SP when blocking enemies is a huge letdown. It's like, I think it's going to be extremely clunky, and with people on the internets saying that Nectus is thick, but she doesn't work because of exactly the same trait, it's very disappointing. So yeah, I'll probably level her for the memes, but maybe she won't be like a huge game changer. So it's like, she's lower priority than others, I guess. Even Zima, she's like situationally useful for buffing your vanguards, but at least it's consistent. And then you always need vanguards for all sorts of stages. So yeah, it'll get better with module. Yeah, I imagine. But like, getting to the module might be the difficult bit for me. So since you need to get, what is it in this case, E240? That's some time away. And then sort of in particular, if I scroll down a bit, you can see that I already have Bubble and Core built. Yeah, hell expensive, exactly. I already have Core and Bubble built, who are 4 stars, who I can level, I think, immediately, and get them to E2. And their skill is at level 7 already. So, like, it's kind of a tough sell. Yeah, nice picks, thanks. But I think I rolled them on the recruitments or like the early gacha very quickly. And then, yeah, they've been carrying me through early game very much. 2 very solid defenders with... yeah, I think I'm using them very frequently, and so I'll just E2 them just for that. Same goes with Irene. He's been performing extremely well. No complaints whatsoever. So, just a perfect pick. Gabrielle is already at E2, so let's mark her as well. And let's go back to the list, perhaps. So it's like I just selected a few no-brainers so that we don't have to discuss them later. It's like, these units I've been using for a while. They work very well for me, and so I'll keep them around. Okay, who else do we have? Okay, now we're coming into like this weird territory where some units might be leveled or not leveled at all, but I have very limited experience in using them. And so I'm not sure if I'm gonna need their assistance. It's like very hard to judge, right? It's like you never know until you try. And then the problem with the problem that I'm having is that the only way to try units is to go with them into a stage, but if you're trying to complete difficult stages, you need leveled operators, and if your operators aren't leveled, you can't really tell how well they're performing. So it's like a catch-22. You need to level your operators to understand how they work under pressure, and you only want to level them if you know that they're performing well. So it's like chicken and egg problem. So yeah. Honestly, let's see. Rock I very like in terms of design. She's British, which is a character trait and a funny accent. Only option would be Burrows. What's Burrows? Oh, as in like borrowing units from like the friends list and taking them as assistants. Yeah, like friend supports. Exactly. Yeah, I got you. So I think I lost here. This would be the only option for what precisely? Oh, for testing. Yeah. That actually makes a lot of sense. I never thought about it. Yeah, it's a very clever suggestion. It's like your friends or like people from online, they already have some of these units built, and you might be able to like borrow them as supports, bring them into levels, and yeah, trial them out essentially, and see how they work. That's very smart. I might try that out in the future. Might be very useful. Yeah, and cheap. So like, and it also benefits your friends as well, because like for borrowing, and you as well, because like I tend to not borrow units because I feel like it's, you know, cheap. It makes completing stages trivial in certain cases, like when you bring in certain units like Chen Alder or something like that, or Asserter. But yeah, even like borrowing units for testing, it's like cool because you get a small amount of credits, they get a few credits, you get progress towards towards daily missions, and then they might get progress towards like these CC rewards that have been popping up. I wasn't reading them very carefully, but I think you get some bonuses during CC 11 for, you know, lending your operators to others. So it could be a very cool idea, yeah. But now let's see. In terms of casters, okay, this is not ideal. I really hope that this screen would allow me to filter for those who are selected. But I guess it's Mostima and Amiya who we have marked for now. And let's see who we want to mark as well. So remember that Rock and Click are very similar. Click is more for crowd control, Rock is more for DPS. And I think I'm gonna pick Rock out of the two for now, because I've been feeling that I'm lacking in the DPS department. And Mostima can take care of the, what's it called, of this crowd control with her area stun. But I have like others here too, like Kiara. Oh, Kiara is also a mech caster. Alright, let me see. Maybe she has something interesting going on with her skills. Oh, she inflicts cold, which is, I think, yeah, a slowdown. Okay, yeah, this is also a CC option. And even though she's max potential, because it's, yeah, the Kirak rerun, I think I'm still gonna go with Rock for now. Any other casters that I should take on? I don't think so. Because, like, for a single target I have Amiya, for AoE I have Mostima, and I have Rock for additional single target DPS. So I think I should be good for now. And then I have Lava as Lava and 12F as backup AoE casters. So it's like, I think it right now it sort of makes sense to switch to like the categories and see what we're lacking in terms of team composition. Okay, let's see here. For Vanguards, we selected Siege, we selected Zima, we passed, we took a pass on Vigil. Now, I really like Vigna. I tried her out in IS2. Works extremely well. Super nice unit, super comfy. Myrtle, I'm not taking. She's way too OP. I'm not using Myrtle. You're not convincing me. I'm gonna be a Chan, and I'm gonna make a base statement. And yeah, and so and Courier and Scavenger are basically like double ups of Siege and Sima, and so I won't be leveling them for now. So yeah, it's like, I'm not taking hostages here. It's like, if you're a Myrtle enjoyer, I don't have anything against that. But the Chad way is to clear stages without the use of like Myrtle Backpipe and who else is there? There's like some other completely busted operators that make DP a non-issue. So it's like, to me it feels like it's, you know, a certain subset of operators that just that are a win the game button in terms of DP. Yeah, very OP flag pipes, exactly. So it's like you get to negate a certain game mechanic by, you know, taking certain operators in the field. And I don't think there's any downsides because you still need to take vanguards most of the time. And the deployment slots, or like the slots in your squad that they take up, they would be taken up by someone else regardless. And then you usually can't deploy your whole team, so like I'd rather still have to contend with the DP mechanic rather than negate it fully. Okay, let's move on. Rant over. For guards, we already selected Scotty, Spectre, and Irene. So these are our Abyssal Hunters and a Lord. Super powerful. We're taking Doberman for this 3-star memes. We are taking Bee Hunter because of Ursus connections. Right? Or not right? Let's see. Yeah, she was born in Ursus. She is an Ursus. Yeah, and a JoJo character as well. So, like, she checks all the boxes. And she's like this weird fighter archetype that is like, yeah, ora. You can go to town on like a single tough enemy. So, pretty nice. Though there's like Hunter who will probably be doing that job better, but whatever. I think we'll manage. And then at the end of the day, I think you don't usually take like single target DPSs all that often. And then I can probably take Scotty to fill the niche. And then replace her with Bee Hunter for Ursus only runs. But yeah, I do have some interesting options here, I feel. Because Mateimaro is a Dreadnought. Which means she should be like Milantha. Or very similar to Milantha at least, I imagine. And Milantha is doing very well. She has like extremely high attack and stuff. Is that the case? Or am I completely wrong here? Because like she has self-sustain for her second skill. For her first skill. Oh hi Tinsia, what's up? Yeah, I pulled Scotty, super lucky. Really wanted to get her, and the dice gods blessed me with this unit. So got one of the sort of want to gets off the list. Yeah, so right now I'm strong caster killers. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so right now I'm going through the the list of all operators, and I'm trying to select those that I'm going to focus on. I want a sort of fairly strong and a fairly diverse team, and then I'm also selecting certain operators for the memes. And for now we have like already quite a few filtered out for various reasons. You can try and guess which are which. But yeah, since the list is getting kind of long, we already started sort of going role by role, and we already sort of filtered out the vanguards that we're interested in, and we're going through the guards right now, but I think we're sort of basically done. The question is, do we want to replace Milato with Mateumaru or not? Well, yeah, so Estella's same as Spectre, so I guess Estella's going to be benched for the time being. There's also this unit that I haven't had the chance to work with. So Utage, who's a Musha, can be healed by other units, recovers 30 self HP every time this operator attacks an enemy, upgraded at E1. Increases attack speed based on lost HP. Okay, so I think this is how Heliger functions. Is that correct? Yeah, and then she can drink a cup of coffee. Oh, bingo. Perfect. Then I'm remembering correctly. So yeah, you can drink a cup of coffee, stop blocking, and just regen for a little bit, especially because you can't get healed by anyone else. Yeah, so you get a bigger buff based on how much HP you lose. Oh, it's a passive skill for S2. After deployment, immediately loses 50% of current HP. For 30 seconds after deployment, attack plus 50% and attack steal arts damage. So I think this is what they call like heli drop. I guess it's when you sort of deploy the operator. They are extremely useful for the first several seconds after they're deployed, and then you retreat them and have them recharge. Because like there's a lot of sort of positive feedback going on. Since you're starting with low HP, your attack speed increases because of your traits, and then on top of that, the skill provides you increased attack, and on top of that, switching damage type to arts. So it's very self-synergistic. It's super cool. But yeah, I think it's not necessary for now. I think I can use Scotty for the same purpose. And then, since I'm interested in getting Heliger eventually and leveling him up, I guess he's gonna sort of push Utage out. And then if I don't level her up, then I'll save some resources. And I also like to imagine that her name might be pronounced Utage, but nah, let's go with Utage. That's probably correct. Let's see. Tunisia says, Utage is very situational. Her second skill gives her arts damage for 50 seconds after deployed. I used her exactly 2 times, and only cause back there I didn't have neural alter. I see. Yeah, I guess then if she's situational, then I want to hold off for now. And even though I have like, what is it? Let me see. Let's go into the leveling screen. Even though I have like 2.2 million credits and a ton of experience cards, I think I want to sort of be conservative for now and have strict priorities on who I level first. Because I imagine that this might take years to level everyone. Okay, but now let's see. In terms of defenders, now I realize that I actually don't have that many options available, or rather, not that many different options. Because, like, Aurora is here for the memes. Let's put her aside for now. Bubble and Quora take the same role of a tanky defender, I think. They could just take a lot of punishment and maybe regenerate a little in Quora's case, or deal some damage back in Bubble's case, but yeah. Not a lot of variety going on at the moment in terms of leveled operators, and the 3 stars don't count. We kind of want to. I do want to level up all the 3 stars to maximum, but then I'll probably be using like 4 stars and higher in regular play. I think there's even hard to pronounce Finn and Pole names too, like Finnish and Polish names too. So play on pronunciations. Yeah, as in, like, it is what it is. I think you might go with what the operators say about themselves in the files, because they have like lines about themselves.
ネイルは女の子のチャームポイントの一つなんだから、ちゃんとケアしないと。
Oh, she's interested in fingernails, apparently. Alright. They pronounce their own names sometimes, and then you can go with that if you like.
こんちは、ドクター。私は宴。
Let's hear.
オペレーターに。
Watashi wa utage. So, I guess utage is how you pronounce it, and utage might be like close enough. Yeah, but then again, there's also exceptions, because Exia exists, and the Japanese pronunciation Exia is actually kind of incorrect, because that's... Yeah, but you'd notice Kasha/Click say things based on VA dub. Yeah, as in, like, I imagine that there are some differences. And Exia is one example, because it's not, the name is not spelled like that. The Japanese pronunciation is probably like the convenient way to be close enough and still sound kind of close. But Exusie, like the English pronunciation, is 1, it corresponds to how it's written, and 2, I think it actually corresponds to what it's supposed to mean in Greek, or something like that. Yeah, katakana approximations. Yeah, precisely. And so now, like, you can pick and choose and decide which pronunciation you prefer. But yeah, in any case, going back from the discussion about usage and stuff, I want to select some defenders to use, in addition to Bubble and Quora, who are my tanky defenders. I heard Liskarm is funny. Yeah, she's a sentinel. Oh, she's attacks from long range. So just like in the story, she yields a gun for her neutral special. Let's see what's going on with her skill too. Oh, she restores SP to nearby operators. Yeah. Okay. Tadicia is like coming in with actual proper input and proper explanations. So thank you so much. Right, let's see here. Liskarm Defender is a good one to look at. Her passive talent restores SP to her allies. Also, Healing Defender is really helpful. Cool. I guess Liskarm is not a healing defender, but I was going to take Gummy, and I think she is. So, yeah, I might want to take Liskarm as well, because I see that she can raise her damage to arts, and she has this SP recovery thingy, so probably a good pick. And then she has like this interesting downside that she gets stunned after skill 2. Oh, so it's like Gummy is food memes. I can get behind that. Who knows what she's cooking? Durnar, I heard, is bad, even though she's like an arts protector, meaning that she can defend and deal arts damage back. And yeah, like Matterhorn can self-sustain, but I don't think he's offering much that it can't get from the other defenders that I've already selected. So I think we're good on this front. Yeah, Durnar is kind of soft. I see. So I guess that's the trade-off that you get for having a defender that deals arts damage. Yeah, but now the ranged people, the snipers. This is where I have the toughest time because I feel like there's a ton of different variations or subclasses, and I always have a hard time sort of choosing which I should go for or which to use in which situation. And then I always forget, and then like I'm thinking acid drop. Is she single target or area damage? And then she's a heavy shooter, and that doesn't tell me much. And then you look at her skill, she's speeds of attack. Okay. But, and then attacks 2 times consecutively. So I guess it's like, I guess single target, but who knows? Might be either. But yeah, in any case, I already have some DPSs selected. So I think Schwartz is my single target, Blue Poison is my AoE, or like multi-target. And Shirayuki is the AoE. We have Archetto like as a potential, something that I might level up later, but I already have Blue Poison, so they overlap way too much, and I'm going to invest into one. And now I guess I'm looking for other things that would be good to complement the team. I have to see what I'm missing. Okay, Denisio writes once again, it's just if you need defender against arts, healing defender looks better because healings basically let you tank infinity. Yep, makes sense. It's like some damage that you want to just heal back up rather than trying to mitigate or do something about, or like dodge or something. And then if you have an infinite HP pool, then like it doesn't matter what type of damage you're receiving. Okay, Chow Chat says, I'd like to say there's a welfare operator, Cruise Alder. Okay. Could you elaborate? I'm interested. It's just the question of sort of, yeah, but that requires side story. I might have that available, to be honest. I am keeping up with the records that you get for free every week, and then I'm unlocking them one by one. I'm just not sure which side story it is. I might not have unlocked it yet. So I think it's just these two that I need to unlock. And I see Cruz over here. So I think she might be locked behind this side story. And then I heard that certain operators aren't available, or are only available while the event is running, or something like that. And then they only get released as welfare operators like way after, or something along those lines. But I didn't sort of completely catch how it works. Okay, I mentioned her because she has 20% stun for 0.2 seconds on normal attacks. That sounds... yeah, it sounds very important. Sounds like something that would be very useful. interrupting a bunch of stuff. Could be cool. But then, like, also, it can be good or useless. I guess, yeah, it depends on the stage. But yeah, we already have some options fixed. Let's see. I know that there's like this Dead Eye archetype. And I was wondering if I should invest into 1 unit of that archetype. And I have Firewatch and Ambriel, and I'm not sure which one to go for. And if I should go for it. Because they do prioritize lowest defense enemies. And they have huge range. And then I think their range becomes global with, yeah, with the second skill. And in general, their range is like super large. But then I think their attack speed is super slow. So it's like a trade-off for picking up certain things. Oh! Firewatch has stealth. That might be situationally useful. Yeah, but now she doesn't have global range. She randomly drops 2 bombs within range, especially to enemy's position. Every bomb deals 180% of attack physical damage to all nearby enemies. That doesn't sound all that great. It's like AoE, but it's physical. It's like, what do you guys think? The problem is that I haven't really tried any of the operators that I haven't leveled, so I don't really know how they function or if there is someone that I should keep an eye out for. Because, like, for now, Blue Poison and Cruiser are just carrying me. Oh, so among the Deadeyes, just Ambriel has global range? Okay. Yeah, I guess my mistake then, because I was really thinking that sort of global range is something that's related to this archetype. Because, you know, becoming a sniper, like, literally carrying a sniper rifle, might be related to, like, being able to attack anywhere on the map. But I guess it's just her. Yeah, it'd be great if it was. Yeah, totally agree. Yeah, I guess I got the wrong impression from... yeah, I think I got to try Ambriel in IS2 as well. Is she one of the, like, special squads? Special monthly squads? I don't remember exactly. Or she might have been, like, a random promotion opportunity. Or a random special recruitment, or something like that. Yeah, but most likely Deadeyes is for later consideration. Yeah, I think so too. It's like, I'm thinking that sort of, I already have some snipers built up, and having like increased range is something that seems pretty niche. Might be useful in a very particular situation, but you'd have to find that particular situation. And so I guess I'll I'll leave the rest for later. I think we already have like a good core set. Yeah, more all-rounders, at least for now. Okay, let's see. Who else is here? We have Arts DPS, some mages, and I think we also selected Mostima, Amiya, and Rockrock, and we think that it's fine. For medics, we have Gaviel, the regular medic, and Mulberry, the elemental damage medic, and I think we want perfumer or something as an AoE medic. I heard she was recommended. Yeah, I wish there was a way to sort by subclass. Yeah, the rest are the therapists. Yeah, and therapist also sounds similar to the Deadeye class from snipers. It's like, yes, you gain increased range, but with some downside. It seems kind of niche. The map layout is usually such that you can group your operators around your medics, and you're fine. Which makes me think that I won't be leveling any therapists for now. Okay, Tunisia, sorry. To be fair, I don't have much experience with snipers. All I use are blue poison, cruise, and single target snipers. Pinecone is a splash sniper. She is 4-star Chen alt. Wow! And now I think of leveling up Totter, another 4-star sniper, but he has a very interesting ability to shoot at invisible enemies. And I think I need it in Stultifer Novice Memoirs. I see. Yeah, it could be interesting. But yeah, Acid Drop is over here, and I do remember that her attack range... Oh wait, no, not Acid Drop, sorry, Pinecone. Yeah, here. That her attack range is very similar to Chen Alters. Could be... Honestly, I like this idea. Let me put Pinecone on the list. I think this goes together with the memes, and since I'm vehemently against using overpowered units, picking up Pinecone could be a nice meme. It's like, yes, I'm not using Chen Alter, I'm using Pinecone. She does the same thing, but she's not overpowered. Personally, I'd push Meteor for star defense down. I could consider it. Let's see. Yeah, it decreases defense for a certain amount of time. Tough call. Yeah, but you know, not necessarily long-term versus 6 stars. Yeah, it's like, it's nice to have, but then again, I think we might be able to get other classes to debuff for us. Especially in like the supporter category, right? Yeah, 1 second attack interval. Yeah, it could be cool. Like... Yeah, I don't know. I'm not entirely sold. Let's leave it for now, especially because I think that I already have 23 operators selected, so maybe I should sort of... I probably won't have enough materials to level everyone up, but at least it's going to be sort of... At least select a few for the foreseeable future. And so I can see myself saying that sort of Pinecone is similar to Archetto in the sense that sort of it's a nice to have, but not really a must have. But I'll save her as being very good for the memes. And Archetto as well, because eventually I'm leveling her up. And that's for certain. Alright, supporters. Honestly, they do very different things, so I'm not really sure. From my experience in IS2, I really liked Glaucus and Podenko. They seem to perform very well and have like some interesting things to offer. Both of them slow, and on top of that, they do something else. Like Podenko can silence. Yeah, probably not Windlift. Windflit, sorry. Windlift is very close, but not exactly that. Anyways, Windflit, yeah, I heard someone not recommending him because he's super niche. And yeah, and he deals physical damage, so which is also not ideal. Yeah, Podenko has the silence. It came up clutch in some of the IS runs. But then I remember Glaucus is doing like a similar thing, right? Oh yeah, okay, not similar. She's not a silence thing, she's a stun thing. She doesn't have a silence, she has a stun, which is also kind of useful, I think. And she's an anti-drone specialist. Though we have snipers for that. Mayor could be cool to try out. She's like the summoner class that I've never dealt with. Deals arts damage, uses summons. The summons debuff the attack speed of enemies they block. She can buff them. She can cause her robots to explode. Inflicting stun. Could be a fun option. Yeah, and Sora is like a a discount Scotty Alder, so could also be cool for the memes. So yeah, like as maximum we can do these four, so Podenko, Glaucus, Sora, and Mayor, because all of them have different things to offer. But yeah, I guess I'll be prioritizing Podenko first and foremost, because I don't think I have silence anywhere else, and that might be a good tech choice for certain maps that really require it. But yeah, all seem like strong picks. Yeah, and now for what's this category called? They're not supporters, they're specialists. I really struggle with these because sort of on some maps pushing and pulling becomes important, but then I don't know to which level, whether I should level these further or not, because they're already at rank 7. And sort of the attack and HP of these units tends to be absolutely irrelevant, because pushing enemies into a ditch into a pushing enemies off a cliff is an insta kill. So like the attack stats are actually don't play that big of a role. Jade looks like a meme, which is fine by me, but I don't think I'm gonna level him first. And Gravel, as a fast redeploy, she only has defensive utility and not offensive utility. So I'm having a very hard time sort of effectively using her in battle. Oh, Tunisia says, I rarely use supporters, I don't have any decent really, and not my playstyle, but Podenko had her few moments to shine with her second skill for Maslow. Yeah, it seems good. But yeah, I sort of share the sentiment of having very few supporters in the roster or to choose from. So yeah, in that sense, it's like, yeah, it's very hard to fit them into party composition. Usually you just want damage and blocking and stalling and healing. And then there is no room for stuff like stalling enemies and silencing them. Usually not that relevant. But yeah, that's generally enough. Push pull E1 max skill level 7. Okay. Sounds like a plan. I guess I will get them up to level 7. But then Cliffheart is same as Rope, but a 5-star. So I'll have her sit. Yeah, she'll be benched for now. But then there's Gravel, and I'm not sure what to do with her. Because she is a fast redeploy, and I don't have any other fast redeploys. But she's a defensive one, and I prefer to just block my enemies outright. Or, you know, use the other operators to like stall. Or like as emergency food. But yeah, since I have the tokens, I might as well raise her. Though it will be a lot of extra resources on top of that too. It says here that she has some modules. Is there a way to view what these modules are? Or what they offer? Oh yeah, the emergency food meme. Yeah. Yeah, she's good bait for one-shots. Oh, right. And she's cheap, so... cheap as in, like, her DP cost is very low. So, might be a good choice for those scenarios. But yeah, other than that, stalling with Gravel, I didn't get the technique yet, so... kind of tough. But yeah, alright, so, I mean, oof, that took a while, but yeah, cheap and fast. That took a while, but it looks like we figured out, like, quite a good roster. Seems fairly versatile. We got everything covered. We have some memes in there as well. So now we can sort of slowly but surely go over these and level them up. And in particular, since I have a bit of sanity left, and I have a couple of pots, I'm okay with spending a bit of time to raise them up. Though there's still like the random missions. And I don't think I can beat Penumbra Shipyards with a better score than 375 at the moment. So I guess I'll just run, what's it called? Crap. I really dislike this interface. Okay, what do I get for Longman Outskirts? Oh yeah, at least I can run this automatically, so this is the highest level that I've made it for too. Yeah, but then again, sort of, I have to be sort of straight with you guys. As I mentioned before, with Annihilation missions, I usually follow a guide, because here, sanity, these missions cost a lot of sanity to attempt, and the reward that they give is random, which is super important for progression, and they're time gated, so you have to complete them to a certain extent every week. And so, since there's a lot to gain and a lot to lose, I And since I'm like not entirely familiar with the missions, and since they're extremely long at 400 enemies, I just prefer to like make it certain that I get what I need, and then I just get down. And I'm having fun somewhere else. Yeah, wave 350 surprises. Yeah, exactly as they say. It's like, yes, there are 400 enemies, but basically the beginning is free, and the very last few, like the last push at 350 plus, is the dangerous part. And surviving until then takes quite a bit of time,
You are
meaning that,
the doctor, isn't it?
yeah, that failing and redoing it sucks a lot. Okay, I just realized that I can also use the potion from this interface, so I shouldn't have exited. Sorry. Oh, yeah, let me catch up to chat. Denisio says that gravel is good to stall bosses or bait enemy skills. You don't want your main squad to be targeted with. Okay. Jai is actually not that bad. He's also fast redeployed to bait some skills, and one of his skills lets him silence the enemies. And it's really good against exploding enemies like spiders. Yeah, sounds solid. In this case, let's add J to the list, and that's gonna make it around 30. At the moment, we have 29 selected, if I recall correctly. So yeah, give me a moment to get the 1775. We can listen to the mission passed chime a few more times. But yeah, sounds like you guys already have this game figured out. Your accounts are already like extremely well built. Have you been playing long? And also, I'm curious, what do you do to figure out which units are generally useful or good, or fit your composition, or stuff like that?
You are the doctor, isn't it?
Hey Jay, welcome to the team. Long enough to raise viable niches? I see. So, is it the case of, oh, I've played for long enough that I don't really want to mission for how much time I've spent on the game? But yeah, I'm don't mean to shame or ask uncomfortable questions. Yes, I see. Well, at least if you're having fun while spending the time, then it's not a huge loss. You can call it a win, even. It's important to relax and have fun. Denise, you're playing for just 4 months? Oh, but you made it through the main story. I see. Yeah, that's cool. Sounds like quite an accomplishment, because I think that the later levels probably get a lot more difficult. And then I personally was stuck on where? Somewhere on episode 5. So 5-3. But then my operators were mostly E1 something. E150, E140, somewhere in that ballpark. And then I switched to the events and like farming stages and stuff like that. So haven't really played the story for a while. But yeah, very cool. What are your impressions of the story? Oh, Scotty can help there? Well, speaking of which, we can proceed to the next part of my plan. So we've already rolled 4 new operators. We selected the operators that we're interested in to like build a team, to sort of select a good roster. And now we can start investing. Because all of those resources that I have stockpiled, I think it's high time that I put it to good use. So it's been like 2 or 3 weeks of saving up and not leveling anyone. And now we can actually go ahead and spend. And if we don't have something, then we can just go to the corresponding stage. Thankfully, the chip stages are just especially open. Oh. Yeah, the story is like... Yeah, it does have a lot of melancholy in it, for sure. Yeah, I guess I need a lot of guard chips, so we can talk while the auto is running.
Ready for Overwatch.
But yeah, I personally really enjoyed the sort of the beginning chapters. They very gradually introduce you to the sort of the main characters. The conflict is set up very well. And then the fact that sort of we don't really want to fight with already forgot what it's called. Is Scotty evil, question mark? Good question. It feels like she's a victim of the circumstances, more or less. But yeah, it's the sort of anti-hero archetype with like, oh, I only bring bad luck, and so I'm gonna be doomy and gloomy.
Save us a lot of time if you just surrender.
But then yeah, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. But also at the same time, yeah, Scotty just gets involved in things because she's an operator. She has to help people.
Is this a good spot? Once I have you, I won't back down. Mission accomplished.
And then bad stuff just happens along the way. And it's a specialist chip. I guess we'll be able to level up Jay instead.
We'll be fine if we stick together.
But yeah, in general, yeah, it's a story about a bunch of people trying to do the best of a shitty situation, and they have different worldviews because of, you know, the circumstances. Will Calcet ever like us? Question mark. Didn't she warm up to the Doctor at a certain point in the story? At least I've heard that it happens at some point. But yeah, initially, yeah, there's a lot of baggage, it seems. But later, perhaps, maybe it becomes better. Because even even W says that, oh, you're not the doctor that I remember, so I guess I won't kill you for now. But once you do, give me a call. You're the second on my shit list. It just so happens that the first person on my shit list is still alive, so I'm gonna go hunt them for the time being. And then I'm gonna come back.
Save us a lot of time if you just surrender.
So like, a lot of sort of funny things happening throughout the story, especially because sort of these many of the characters end up being operators for one reason or another, which means that in principle they sort of become involved in the operations of Rose Island. And I guess lore-wise, they're okay with taking orders from the doctor. Because it's the doctor who's directing the tactics on the battlefield. So like,
Watch the friendlies. Leave it to us.
perhaps the lore is supposed to reflect what's actually going on in the story. Yeah, maybe I should take over here actually, and like change the setup, because I don't think anything is gonna leak anymore because our operators are way too overpowered for that.
Enemy spotted. Prepare to fight.
So I'm just gonna replay the stage and see what happens.
Everyone, let's play!
Everyone, follow me.
But yeah, I find that it's sort of one of the weirder things about Arknights. It's like the connection or the disconnect between what happens in the story and what happens in the levels themselves. In some places it plays out very cool, and they are sort of closely connected and are
Everyone, follow me.
intertwined, which makes for a very good effect.
Got it. I fight for the glory of Laterano.
I'll do my best.
But in certain places it feels like very different things are happening in the story and out of story, as in like in the levels. And then it's hard to tell which is real. With Syracuse in mind, any opinion of the supernatural aspects? Truth be told, I skipped the story of Il Siracusano. I apologize. I was supposed to read it, but I was busy with a bunch of things, and I ended up never coming back to it. So I don't really know exactly what happened. But then I know that sort of the... nice. Maybe not nice. But still, yeah, I tried reading the first chapter, or like the story that corresponded to the first level, and it was very wordy and lengthy and slow, and not much was going on. But at least I know the basics, that Texas was indebted to like the wolf of Syracuse, who is a deity or something similar. And he called on the dead and asked her to, or like basically force her to return to Syracuse to repay him and to get involved with the local politics and stuff like that. And by the end of the story, I guess she's going against his will, and she has to find him to set herself free. Yeah, very slow burn. It's like, I don't know, it's like, I hate to say it, because I know that the writers and the developers spent a long time figuring out the story and how to present it, and how to make the levels that reflect the story, at least in some way. So I really hate to bash their efforts, but like when I get introduced to characters that I'm gonna see once and never again, it's very hard to care about what's going on. Like, why do we have to like have this chat in a cafe while the world outside is burning? Instead of kills the stakes.
Like a wave crashing against an immovable stone, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess I'll be able to ascend, or not ascend, what's it called? Promote. I'll be promoting J 2 times today. To E1 and then again to E1.
Got it.
But yeah, I really don't want to convert the chips from one type to another.
Understood.
But with specialist and supporter chips, it might be necessary. Because there's so few specialist and supporter operators, and there's so many guard and whatever the corresponding type there is. I think it's vanguards.
Everyone, follow me.
But yeah, like otherwise the conversion rate is a 3 to 2 if I recall correctly, which is a net loss of sanity that you spend. So in principle I would try to avoid it if possible, but it may be necessary at a certain point. Or at least very convenient. And yeah, and speaking of Il Circosano, it was also funny that the penguin was also on the same level as the wolf. Very anime.
No move can escape my sight.
Mission accomplished.
It'd be a waste to leave all that good stuff here. The enemy doesn't need it anyway.
Oh,
right?
finally. For me personally, the maps are first, the story second. After chapter 8, I skipped many dialogues. Overall, I really like some chapters and side stories, while others not so much. I see. So it's like very non-uniform. And after chapter 7, it's paced fairly well, but afterwards it becomes shaky.
Oh, the doctor.
And then very non-uniform, especially regarding side stories. Yeah, I agree. This was also my experience as well. And I find that sort of in some places, the big reveals are all sort of shifted to the very end of the story, and so you don't get, or like the narrative is then structured in such a way that for a long time you get barely any progress, and then the last few chapters have basically all the interesting parts, and like everything happens in the last few sections. Which means that sort of in the middle, it's very hard to continue on paying attention to the story and to keep reading. But then if you start skipping, then you miss all the context for what happens at the end. And then you're missing out,
Understood.
potentially, on a lot of very useful context. And then it's much harder to care about how the story actually ends.
So, what kind of good stuff will our enemies be carrying today? Thrust!
But yeah, I had some ideas about maybe spending the time to read the stories and then summarizing them and then maybe recording a YouTube video.
Follow me.
Because stuff like that is what I would like to read. Maybe like a condensed version of the story that is paced better than the original material. Because they do seem to, you know, have suboptimal pacing, let's say.
Everyone, follow me.
Yeah, that would be a niche. Yeah, I think so too. Though I think such videos already exist.
Everyone, follow me.
What's the YouTuber's name? I think it's
You think you're
Kaiser
me?
MLG or Quasar. I'm not sure which of the two. He has quite a few lore videos and recaps, especially of the earlier chapters. And I think he did a terrific job summarizing what happened in chapters 0 through
Like a wave
to
crashing
what was it?
against an
5,
immovable stone,
8.
isn't it?
But yeah, it was super solid. And in general, his lore videos are very enjoyable to watch. He really shines a light on some aspects of the story that might not be as obvious, or that some aspects that requires doing some research, like digging through the files and reading these excerpts
Ready for Overwatch.
about their personalities or the circumstances of their life, or certain events that are only mentioned in writing somewhere buried deep in the archives.
Let's go! Steward, what was I supposed to do next?
Everyone, follow me.
Yeah, and I imagine that it takes a lot of work to put something like that together. Not only do you have to make sure that you've collected all the pieces, you also have to put them together, and you have to
These lost souls on the battlefield. I offer them to you.
structure them in a way that it's easy to follow. Essentially, sort of write a new story based on the facts that you can find within the game itself.
Follow me.
Or maybe like these days it might be easier because there's a wiki and you can look up a bunch of the things that might be locked, like the what they call it, like the archive documents or the personal files of the operators that you only unlock if you reach a certain trust rank. Those could be cool to read, but then it can become messy because certain parts might not be contained in the operator story, but rather in a different operator story. And then you have to sort of look at a lot of extra files trying to
Flawless victory!
chase down all the loose ends. Can be extremely time consuming. And that's why it could be valuable to the community. Because like I imagine that not everyone has the time
You are
to go through everything and then make sense of it.
the doctor, isn't it?
Reading the wiki is a very particular hobby. So could be potential.
ロドスのみんながよく口にしてる昇進ね。悪くない感触だろう。まるで本当に強くなったみたい。ええ、多分。
Okay, so what do I want to do now? Alright, so I want to go through the operators and start leveling them in some priority or in one order or another. And I'm gonna start with promoting the operators for which I actually collected the resources beforehand. Let's E2 Siege.
Another promotion? Alright, thanks. Life is strange like that, you know. Once upon a time, I was the one assigning new ranks to people.
Alright. Saber, welcome to the team. Yeah, we'll need level 60 for the module. That might take a while. Anyways, everything in due time. The idea will be to get everyone to E2 level 1.
私を頼るのは良い選択とは言えないよ。
Interesting quote. Not sure what this refers to. Anyways, the idea is to go to E2 level 1, skill rank 7. This is sort of a good baseline, I think, to start from. Hi Shageki, what's up? Shageki writes Segs. Is that in regards to leveling up Mastima, by any chance? Or Spectre? Or Schwartz? You'll have to elaborate. Or is it a reference to the video where a Japanese guy is chasing after a taxi in a tunnel and yelling about sex? Please, Max Scotty, you won't regret it. I'm on it. I'll do it right now just for you. Segs for my queen. Okay, let's see. I don't think I have enough of these chips, unfortunately. Let me go to a factory and... oops. Can I split it up by like 1 unit? Also add me, sir. Okay, give me a second. A ton of stuff happening simultaneously. Yeah, in any case, if you want to add me as friends, send me a request and I'll add you back. Or I can also search you up. This should work. Oh, it looks like you have the full team. I'm also assembling the Avengers. Excuse me, the Abyssal Hunters. Slowly but surely. Okay, let's see. 5 seconds. And then we can craft us some chips. Okay, cool. Chips. We want guard dual chips. And we want how many? We'll have to start with 2. Yeah, sadly you missed Spalter. Yeah, like when Spectre Altar was on the banner, I don't think I had enough random to guarantee her. I didn't have enough for 300 rolls, and since I'm playing as free-to-play, if I, spend that many rolls on a banner, I really want to make sure that I get what I'm aiming for. So yeah, this time didn't work out, but there's always another time. The banners do come around, and we'll get there eventually. It's a marathon, not a sprint. Indeed you are. Patience is the key. Yeah, precisely. It's a resource management game. And right now we are spending all our resources on promoting operators, because I've been saving these up for the last several weeks, not promoting anyone. And now it's time to actually go get some improvements. but there's no luck for it, Kek. Yeah, as in, there's no way to guarantee a certain operator, or do you mean there's no luck for the patience? I'd say that I'm a fairly patient person. Overall. Yeah, I really should have saved the drones in the base for the dual chips. And now I'm gonna suffer because I need to craft a ton of these. And it's gonna take a while. Yeah, then I'll be making a bunch of rocks as well, so looking forward to that. Yeah, none of these are even close. I mean, like, in principle, I could cancel this. Weird that you have Gavil Max but no Spectre. It's the price. So in terms of resources, since Gavil is a 4-star, she was very cheap to raise to E2, and I wanted to get to E2 as soon as possible so that I could borrow support units of, you know, Elite 2 level rather than Elite 1. And since she was a unit that I was generally interested in to begin with, I decided to go with her. But yeah, sort of comparatively, with Spectre, it's extremely annoying that you need to get this white horse coal that you have to like make from other components too. Because, like, let's see here. We're looking for white horse coal. To get it, you need these Loxy coals, which, you know, you can't buy from the shop. You have to go out and farm. The only place you can farm them is 4-4, which is kind of slow. And then you also need the RMAs, which are even rarer in my experience. Oh, Gavial also isn't Myrtle. But I've told you before, Chow Chat, I'm not raising Myrtle. I'm going to be based. I'm going to say that Myrtle simplifies the content and makes it brain dead. And so I'm going to sort of keep the DP mechanic in the game. I'm not going to cancel it. So yeah, but if you want to use Myrtle, go ahead. It should make your life simpler for sure. Okay, I'll need at least one of these for the future. But yeah, who would have thought that managing operators takes such a long time? Because it takes like something like an hour to review the whole collection and select those that would be worth investing into. And now I realized that I should have probably crafted the dual chips before I started the stream. Then we would have been able to promote a bunch of the operators like straight away. And then I could have had the rocks pre-prepared and so on and so forth. But like, it works somewhat. But then yeah, once one gets distracted, we can just put another one in and craft a bunch more rocks. Especially because I need like a metric shit ton of them. No, that's not what I'm looking for. This is what I'm looking for. Have you tried contingency contracts? You can get some materials there in the shop. Oh, actually I haven't. Which is a good reminder. Because I was recommended to try those earlier. It's just that I wanted to spend the time improving the units first.
New position or not, I don't really care. All I want is to be by your side every day. Can you grant this tiny wish of mine?
So I wanted to upgrade a bunch of units and then go take a look at the contingency contracts. But maybe, yeah, the improvement part actually takes the resources, which might be more convenient to get from the from the CC. So yeah, once again, it's like a chicken and an egg problem.
This means you need me, doesn't it?
Okay, let's see here. What we can definitely improve is the levels of the operators that we were interested in. Yeah, though I'll probably have enough just for 3 people or something. So yeah, let's get our JoJo characters leveled up. Who else is here? Going to E1 should be cheaper for sure. But yeah, I imagine that this is not maybe the most riveting content that I can offer. Yeah, we're gonna run out of resources real quick. So yeah, at least I'm hoping you're having fun. While I'm over here struggling to make sense of however many new units I have, or freshly leveled, that is. And then yeah, I have like some weird requirements where I need the sugar of tier 1, and I don't have that. Or like tier 1 chips, and it's like, yeah, good luck. Okay, Aurora we're keeping Flair. We need Gummy, Shirayuki, those for sure. Oh, I need the sugar as well. Okay. But we can promote right away, which is... Okay, Gummy, chill. Not everyone knows what she's cooking. I know a certain Italian YouTuber and streamer promotes Gummy a lot.
A promotion? I, Shirayuki, am honored.
So I guess soon we'll be able to find out if she's as cool as he says.
You have my gratitude.
But yeah, at this point I might as well just take my 3 stars, which I wanted to level, and spend the rest of my resources, or no. Yeah, because like with this, I'm running out. I'm only gonna have blue and green books left, or XP thingies. And it's not that I leveled someone that I didn't want to. It's just a natural thing that happened. Alright, out of these, who do we want the most? I was liking Arts DPS, so let's go with Rock.
That's crazy. I gotta ask again. Are you sure you're a drug company?
Good point, Rock. By the way, E2's Spectre ASAP. She's a Centurion type, so she will get +1 block and Centurions attack every one they block. So it's times 50% more damage. Plus, 3 block will make her like a makeshift defender. And on E2, she gets passive regeneration, so she doesn't need a healer against weaker creeps. Yeah, totally. I have seen this in the promotion materials, or like mentioned here on the promotion page. It's just that sort of getting White Horse Call is extremely annoying, and I don't think I have enough materials to craft any anymore. And I think I didn't have any materials to craft them, period, because you need the RMA or something. So yeah, I would have leveled her a long time ago. It's just that getting these is such a pain. But yeah, thanks a lot for the tip. So yeah, maybe in this case, let's no, it's saying that there's an option for the module, but whatever. I can eventually unlock these. Takes a long time though, and then you have to level them too. So fun times.
You want something to drink, Doctor?
Resources received.
You can buy White Horse Call in contingency shop, so it's all coming together. Yeah, thanks a lot for the tip. So okay, let's see. Maybe. I thought that I had someone who could produce chips faster. Or, yeah, it only referred to... Yeah, never mind. I have an extra clue. Oh, thanks for the clues. Alright, anyways. Yeah, time to check out the CC. I'm going in completely blind, so I don't even know how it's gonna work.
Doctor, isn't it?
I'm not even sure where I'm supposed to click here. Alright, let's go to the one that refreshes in 14 hours, perhaps. Oh, I hate this level. I tried it before. I couldn't beat it. There are challenge missions too. Okay. Oof. I see, complicated. Okay, let me go prepare for the CC. I'll go grab some water. I'll take a short break. And then after that, let's go and tackle the CC. And maybe we'll get the rewards that we're looking for to raise the rest of our units. Sounds good? I'll switch the screen to this. And I'll come back in a couple minutes. Alright. See you soon.
Still refuse to yield. We will greet you on the battlefield with our take a hike now while you still can. If you still insist to keep on fighting, be sure to kiss the world goodbye before trying. You don't stand a chance going up against me and my crew, cause we never say die. Come on, show me what you got now. Go ahead and try to test me. We are never backing down, never letting up. Go ahead and try to best me. We are never going down, never giving up. Come on, show me what you got. Come on, show me what you got. Don't think for a second that we'll run and hide. Go ahead and try to test me. We are never backing down, cause our hearts are iron. Go ahead and try to test me. We are never backing down now. Try to test me. We are never going down, never giving up. Yeah. Run and hide. Go ahead and we are never backing down, cause our hearts are ironclad. This ain't for the weak links or the faint of heart. The foes coming up ahead are bound to make a mark. On our faces they'll be leaving scars. On our graves here's what they're gonna carve. We'll be walking all over you and be snuffing out your flame. We'll be drowning out your voices and be crashing down like tidal waves. Did you think you could scare us? We're the ones who bring all the terror. Even if the waves keep crashing down, we will never drown, we'll stand our ground. With our heads held high, we will turn the tide, shouting never, never, never say die. Go ahead and try to test me. We are never backing down, never letting up. Go ahead and try to best me. We are never going down, never giving up. Come on, show me what you got. Come on, show me what you got. Don't think for a second that we'll run and hide. Go ahead and try to test me. We are never backing down, cause our hearts are ironclad. If you think I'm caving, you'd be dead wrong. All this time you were just way too headstrong. Coming after me, you don't even realize your head's been stuck high in the clouds, and you're destined to be tumbling down. I'll be shaving down my list after striking out your names. I'll be tearing up your legacy by conjuring a hurricane that rocks you like a cadenza for the closing act of your era. Even if you still refuse to yield, we will greet you on a battlefield. With our heads held high, you will see our side that goes never, never, never say die. Go ahead and try to test me. We are never backing down, never letting up. Go ahead and try to best me. We are never going down, never giving up. Come on, show me what you got. Come on, show me what you got. Don't think for a second that we'll run and hide. Go ahead and try to test me. We are never backing down, cause our hearts are ironclad. Putting big red targets on my back, that's the worst plan that you ever hatched. Cause I've got eyes on the back of my head. So take a hike now while you still can. If you still insist to keep on fighting, be sure to kiss the world goodbye before trying. You don't stand a chance going up against me and my crew, cause we never say die. Come on, show me what you got now. Go ahead and try to test me. We are never backing down, never letting up. Go ahead and try to best me. We are never going down, never giving up. Come on, show me what you got. Come on, show me what you got. Don't think for a second that we'll run and hide. Go ahead and try to test me. We are never backing down, cause our hearts are iron. Go ahead and try to test me. We are never backing down now. Try to test me. We are never going down, never giving up. Yeah. Run and hide. Go ahead and we are never backing down.
Alright, I'm back. And it seems like I missed a follow. So, Shogeki Shachi, thanks a lot for the follow. And if you're new and just tuning in, what we're doing today is a bunch of upgrades to our operators. We spend a ton of time rolling out the banners, then selecting a very good subset of to form a very nice and all-around roster. Then we started leveling the operators that we chose up. And it turned out that we ran out of resources really quickly, and then we need certain stuff that we can get from the contingency contract store, which is extremely convenient, would be very cool. Yeah, in particular we can get White Horse Call. We can get 5 from the store, and it might be exactly what we need to level Spectre up and get her to E2. Yep, that's exactly what we're looking for. So, I guess the idea will be to play CC11 and try to earn those 5 units of White Horse Call, and also just have fun. And as a disclaimer, I have not seen anything related to CC11. I'm seeing this map for the first time. I don't know what the enemies are. I'm completely unprepared. I'm going in entirely blind. So it's gonna be a challenge. For sure, for sure. Alright, I'm not sure what all of these modifiers are, so I might want to like select them to take a look. But yeah, I'm probably not beating this on this level of difficulty. Yeah, so a bunch of buffs to dock workers and dock worker leaders. Yeah, you might need to play Vanguard Knights because DP cost of cards, defenders, and medics is doubled. You don't get natural DP generation, so you really want Vanguards. Yeah. Someone from the chat is going to say, where's Myrtle when you need her? And no, I'm not backing down. Yeah, never backing down. Alright. Let's see. What do we have for our selection? I think Siege Solo will be sufficient to take care of our DP needs. Let's take our best defenders. Let me see. Are there even any sniper positions? There's a few, but they're fairly few and far between. And how are we gonna set up in general? That's the question. I imagine that we'll have to have like 2 teams next to each blue box, and then we'll be sort of living inside the area covered by medics. Yeah, it can be kind of tough. Yeah, figuring out exactly what you want to do is like one of the toughest parts, but one of the most fun parts as well. Also, since I don't know if there's gonna be any casters or range damage dealers, we won't know if our ranged operators are going to be safe or not. Or you might know if you know how this map goes. But, to me, this is a mystery for now. But yeah, I'm thinking that I'm probably gonna go with just a more or less universal party composition. And it's close to whatever was selected previously. Since we leveled up a bunch of people, or a bunch of our operators, we can now make different selections based on that. Because yeah, I'll take a Vanguard and a Guard, and there seem to be like just single lanes, so if we just back them up by a couple of defenders, we should be good. Otherwise we'll probably want 2 medics. I'm not expecting any elemental damage, but then let's see. Yeah, so our elemental medics heal way less than our proper medics. Or single target medics, rather. I'm expecting big dudes. Well, let's take Blue Poison and our Keto as our snipers. And then we have a few slots open for whatever else we might need. And let's just take Gravel and Sky for a ride. Could be cool. Though, I might want to replace some of these. Because, like, depending on how we want to do this, it might make sense to take a medic defender to the top left and then have Spectre face upwards. But I'm not sure if you can deploy in that tile or not. The one that has like a small fence around it. Can have them just be side by side, and then put a lord behind them, which in my case will be Irene. But yeah, alright. No idea how this is gonna go. Let's take this. A fairly universal party. Hopefully it's gonna deal with this level just nicely. Fingers crossed.
We'll be fine if we stick together.
Okay, we can deploy in the fenced area. This is good to hear. But we won't be able to heal anyone who stands back there, so that's a bummer.
Pain. My weapon chooses its worthy wielder.
Ready to heal.
Get lost.
Yeah, I'll just keep most of my operators back for now, so I'm not sure what's going to happen. Right, I'll be going towards this blue box now. So, how do we tackle this? I could in principle just slap a bunch of floaties on that path in between the 3 pillars. Starting with that, perhaps.
Chooses its worthy wielder.
Because those dudes aren't pleasant at all. Then like Ansel could go here. And then our shadow will go here. Okay, this caster is extremely annoying.
Don't worry, my poison is not contagious. Poison kiss.
My weapon chooses its worthy wielder.
Let's begin! Hang in there, I'm coming!
Honey to me, poison to you. I come from the depths of the ocean.
Oh no, they stun as well.
A warrior must be ready to
It's
face
big
death.
yikes.
Humbly awaiting your foot. Care not for valueless ones.
And now they have cars.
Are you?
Yeah, this is not going so great. This is not the professional gameplay that you expect from this channel.
Awaiting your orders.
Yeah, this is definitely like an arts damage situation. Let me try putting Master here instead.
Where do you need me? Come on, get it together!
And then the car just runs off over. Cool. Amazing.
This ain't for the weak links or the faint of heart. The foes coming up ahead are bound to make 'em mark.
And I'm not using the floaties at all.
On our graves, here's what they're gonna call. We'll be walking all over you and be snuffing out your flame. You'll be drowning out your voices and be crashing down like tidal waves. Did you think you could scare us? Scare us? We're the ones who bring all the terror. Even if the waves keep crashing down, we will never drown, we'll stand our ground. With our heads held high, we will turn the tide, shouting never, never, never say die. Go ahead and try to test me. We are never never letting up. Go ahead and try to best me. We are never going down, never giving up. Come on, show me what you got. Come on, show me what you got.
Let's think. One idea could be to set up in the bottom left. That sounds extremely risky, and it relies on sort of trusting the map not to send anything fat from the top red box directly to the left. Which is a very strong assumption to make.
Even if you still refuse to yield, we will greet you on a battlefield. With our heads held high, you will see our side that goes never, never,
deploying Mastema instead of Blue Poison immediately would be a lot of help against the card that comes later. Maybe we could still have Blue Poison helping in the back, or if we go with a plan to deploy in the bottom left, then she'll be supporting there. Yeah, don't forget you can borrow support here. Yeah, thanks. I tried not to do that though, because like imagine I take Chen Alder or Surtur, then I think the level becomes significantly easier, because just that unit alone can take care of a lot of the problems. And I prefer to sort of solve the whole level on my own without sort of external support as much as possible. Sometimes you really can't do that, and the game really expects you to use a certain something. And then yeah, then your hand is kind of forced, and then you do the thing. Let's see, do I want to change the composition? I think I was kind of fine with it, but I feel like the problem right now is mostly about the positioning rather than choosing a different set of operators. Yeah, because I can't place the floaty there, so...
Pain. Run while you can. Better to be a coward with a pulse than a martyr with a grave. A warrior must be ready to face death on the battlefield.
Who needs healing? Come over!
My weapon chooses its worthy wielder.
Okay, since there will be a bunch of runners coming from that box, I'll just place a Jetta there preemptively. She'll clear those up, no problem. Then a defender here, I'm thinking. These guys are big. I probably want a Mia here instead. Of course. Yeah, let's do this. Seems to be a decent plan. And until it's not. I really hate the stunts. Yeah, I think Siege should be able... Okay. We got it. Let's see here. What if we actually deploy a Reen like here? Maybe a cool idea. It's just that I don't know who's gonna run from which direction. I think he didn't switch the skill to the one with the stun. So yeah, I think the car is running through.
Let's begin. If you want treatment, you gotta come closer.
Unfortunate.
油断は禁物。
My weapon chooses its worthy wielder.
I'm right here to I know what you're thinking. Right here.
How long does the stun last?
Right here. I won't back down.
My weapon chooses its worthy wielder.
Great.
I come from the depths of the ocean.
And maybe putting Mastema there would have been a better choice.
あなたにしたいと思うものの手を見てね。
Really dislike the stuns. And this probably won't even help.
Hunter's ready.
Where do you need me? Hang in there, I'm coming.
福音が指先に集まる。そろそろ終わりかな。
And these dudes are invisible, right?
Please hold on.
A warrior must be ready to face death on the battlefield.
福音が指先に集まる。
慌てないでほしい。
弓を引いて狙いを定めて放つ。Here, I hear someone crying.
I'm probably misunderstanding something about the stage.
敵には3種の苦難があります。盾を構えるぞ。福音が指先に集まる。
Hang in there, I'm coming.
First aid box is ready. 君たちには何の恨みもないけど、生きるとはそういうものさ。弦の振動を感じて。Right here.
A warrior must be ready to face death on the battlefield.
深海の舞の戦士。
弦の振動を感じて。
Where do you need me?
Don't worry, my poison is not contagious.
Yeah, I think this is another L.
弦の振動
But
を
I think
感
I've
じて。
learned something. I think the strat that I'm trying to do is viable. I just need to adjust the placements. I definitely want to go with Mastema instead of Amiya in bottom left. And I want to switch the good skill. One thing that I didn't do with all the new units is switch to a better skill. But yeah, can't upgrade all of them. And what if Arknights is better than Amiya? If I really need to burst the cars down, then Arknights may be a better choice.
Family.
Having both Archette and Blue Poison isn't helping much. So maybe I want to take another melee operator who could be of use. Maybe someone like Spot or Gummy. Yeah, Gummy needs a lot of sugar. Yeah, for now I can just level them to 60 arbitrarily for the ones that I'm interested in. Like that. But yeah, this should be the default skill. Gravel might be actually a good choice to stall. And the Spectre isn't helping much because there are no crowds, I don't think. So, I don't know. It looks like a tough level. Might take me a while to figure out. Especially at this time of day. If this was the first thing that I did in the stream, then it would be a lot easier. But now, I'm... yeah, maybe not thinking optimally. But yeah, my basic idea is to start with a Vanguard in the top left. Because the first wave comes in this direction, from the top red box to the left blue box. Then you can, in principle, set up for the right side. Someone like Archetto will be dealing with all the runners that go from that middle box to the top blue box. And now we have to just create something for the bottom corner. And here... I don't know. Maybe I want to face Mastema to the left. Like placing her right under like this pinkish block. Facing her to the left and then blocking people in the middle. Or, you know, blocking the fat guys in the middle. But then the casters will be able to make it freely below. But then maybe someone like Scotty would be able to take care of them. And if the big guys make it through the defenders, then they'll have to contend with Scotty, who will be able to like deal a significant amount of damage. Or we just place Irene there, and he takes care of both lanes. That might be the ideal choice. And then in the middle, we'll need Rock working on the cars. But then we might be running up to the unit limit, actually. So let's see, we have 7 in reserve. Let's say we use 4 or 5 on the left. Then Rock is at +1. Then we'll have 1 free spot left for someone somewhere. Then it's probably gonna be on the right side so that we can deal with the swimmers and stuff.
My rule is to balance your lives hang in.
But yeah, we can certainly give this a try.
福音が指先に集まる。
何を言ってもいいでしょ。
悪い人に立ち向かうぞ。
And yeah, and the deployment order is gonna be a huge issue here.
慌てない苦しい。
If you want treatment, you gotta come closer.
A warrior must be ready to face death on the battlefield.
I think it might be already lost. Because I couldn't get Master here in time.
My weapon chooses its worthy wielder. My rule is to balance your lives.
Yeah, like Scotty and Siege are just tickling the big guy.
敵には3種の苦難があります。
Activating Rock 18 attack module.
あなたに従うわ。単独行動は慣れてるの？あなたに従って山に漂う階層の奥に何が潜んでると思う？
Yeah, I wasn't in time.
Standing by. Rock 18, maximum power.
弓を引いて狙いを定めて放つ。
慌てないで。悪くない悲鳴だね。
Looks like it was a little premature. But yeah, fine. Okay.
They come from the depths of the ocean.
Let's begin. Hang in there, I'm coming.
Yeah, there's just a ton of units coming through the bottom left.
慌てないで知りたい。
現には3つの選択が、敵には3種の苦難があります。
Standing by. I'm not watching my friends die again.
福音が指先に集まる。 現の信号を感じて。
Standing by. Doctor, where do you need me?
僕の番苦しい。
I think I just let Rockrock go into a full overdrive.
Hang in there, I'm coming.
Because yeah, the most important part is to destroy the cars.
I'm here,
No,
Doctor.
Rockrock
I can see the enemy's
isn't
tracks.
helping anymore.
僕に任せて。福音が指先に集まる。
And now we're holding the bottom for free.
Mission accomplished.
Interesting. Okay, so I guess the goal will be to not leak the first enemy.
I've got a poison to melt away all these remains in
This counts as a clear?
Want me to show you?
Okay, I'll take it. GG. Do we get anything from this? We get a grade of C. I don't think the number of CC credits has increased. So I guess it doesn't work like this one, for example. Where he gets a bounty for completing the contract. There's no 3 stars, leaks are fine. Okay. But then how do I get bounty from this stage? Probably challenges? I think I understand. I need to reach a certain level of contingency. Like a difficulty level of 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. They will give me these rewards and unlock a certain challenge, I guess. Okay, I guess this is the tutorial. Yeah, I wish that there was like an actual tutorial with gameplay involved that actually told you how to how the mode works and how to I don't know, how to get those rewards, how to select the difficulty options, and so on and so forth. Okay, let's see. The number of completed contracts refers to the number of unique contracts used in successful runs of the seasonal permanent operation site. Each contract selected during a successful operation completed in a seasonal permanent operation site, practice runs will not count, will be deemed as completed contracts. Each new unique contract completed will increase this number by 1, whereas already completed contracts will not increase this number. Okay, so in principle I could do the level again with this modifier, and this would give me 1 completed contract. And then I could get it with the next modifier, and it would give me another contract. Or I could do the 2 of them, and I would get 2 points immediately. Yeah, you beat the map with specific contracts or overall contract risk level and get the reward. I see. Okay, but in terms of challenge missions, is it like a completely new challenge that I have to complete to get these 100 certs? Or how does this reward table work exactly? These on top of the hardest? Okay, I would expect them to be sorted in increasing difficulty, not decreasing. But yeah, it looks like these are like super hard things, and then you get from the beginning like contingency level 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. And I guess I will want to like stack at least up to level like 3 or 4 or something like this. Need to finish certain risk first. Okay. Okay, anyways.
If you think I'm caving, you'd be dead wrong, dead wrong. All this time you were just way too headstrong. Coming after me, you don't even realize your head's been stuck high in the clouds, and you're destined to be tumbling down. I'll be shaking down my wrist after striking out your names. I'll be tearing up your legacy by conjuring a hurricane. For the closing act of your era. Even if you still refuse to yield, we will greet you on a battlefield. With our heads held high, you will see our side that goes never, never, never say die. Go ahead and try to test me. We are never backing down, never letting up. Go ahead.
Because like I think I will be able to complete it with just these modifiers, let's say. Because I never used the floaties. I never deployed on the floaties. I don't really care about enemies' attack speed inside when they're in water. I might care about their movement speed. I might want to drop this one. And then I'm probably okay with them being slightly buffed. And like if I'm feeling particularly ballsy, I can probably go with a perfect clear. Something like this could work. Am I limiting my squad size? Let me see. Were there any units that I never deployed? I never deployed blue poison. That is one. And I think I never deployed Ansel. That's two. So I can take the squad size reduction. Maybe not the buff though. Or like either the buff or either the enemy buff or the life points decreased one. Yeah, I think I can probably complete this. It's just that I want whom. Irene was important. Scotty was not super important. I think in the beginning, when I don't have enough DP, I might want to just place a like Milantha or a Vigna or something like that. Someone who's relatively cheap and can block the first big guy for a little while. Maybe even Fang, but I don't know. I prefer to at least be able to deal some damage to them. Okay, let's give this a shot. Or honestly, someone like Vigna might be able to just hold the top lane all on her own instead of Siege.
A warrior must be ready to face death on the battlefield.
Oh, these 4 tiles are now unavailable. I thought that the... Okay, that's an unpleasant surprise. What do we do in this case? I guess we just point our operators downwards. Will that work?
chooses its worthy wielder.
Or we could try going to like these floaties on the right. Tough. Yeah, this sucks a lot.
A warrior must be ready to face death on the battlefield.
Most of me is facing the wrong direction.
My weapon chooses its worthy wielder.
Do I switch the strategy and just, instead of stalling in the bottom left, I stall in the top right? In the top left, sorry. But then the casters will be attacking my caster. And when there's multiple of them going down the lane at once, it's very hard to hold. And then when the big guys make it all the way up to the top left blue box, their damage is very high, and they'll be able to defeat my defenders very quickly. Yeah, it is like that. So I think this I'll be able to clear.
For want of a nail, the kingdom was lost.
All these lost souls on the battlefield, I offer them to you.
We'll take them out all at once.
Yeah, difficult. Yeah, let me try and play with positioning on the left side, because the right side seems to be doing fine. I think I have it figured out more or less. And then I think I don't need Mastema deployed on the very first wave, so instead I think I can just hold it with Siege and Arene here in the bottom left. Then I can just put Gavial and they will be able to stall successfully, or at least hopefully, like that.
My weapon chooses its worthy wielder.
Where do you need me? Don't get yourself killed, dummy!
My rule the balance your lives hang in.
Okay, solid. We're holding. Yeah, let's get the JoJo character involved. With the JoJo reference.
Rock 18, maximum power.
And let's see if we don't go over the 70 unit deployment limit. This might be the solution, honestly.
I'm here, Doctor. I can see the enemy's tracks. 弓を引いて狙いを定めて放つ
And going strong so far. Okay, here I think we wait for 2 of those guys. And then we activate Zawardo. At least the music is pretty good. Definitely stressful though.
I come from the depths of the ocean. Please, let me know the results.
現には3つの選択が敵には3種の苦難があります I'm here, Doctor. Rock 18, track the enemy. 現には3つの選択が敵には3種の苦難があります 福音が指先に集まる 弓を引いてね終わったら何食べようかデート If you want treat then you gotta come close
もう警告はしたからね
A warrior must be ready to face death on the battlefield.
I'm here, Doctor. I can see the enemy's tracks.
You are the one who woke me.
Yeah, okay, so I can clear it with a deployment limit of 7, I think. Shouldn't be a problem whatsoever. Okay, decent. But yeah, I'm kind of relying on... it's 600 bounty. It's very significant. Yeah, but I'm kind of relying on the row in the bottom left. So... I guess it's not the intended solution for the higher risks Okay, so the idea was to buy these. Perfect. Now we can upgrade. Now we'll be able to upgrade Spectre to E2. And let's see. Should I spend it in the permanent store on like skins and things? Or should I hold on? Because like this looks like a limited store. Okay, so the limited store opens and closes when the CC opens and closes. It's up to you what to buy, but the currency is limited in this event. You can't farm out the shop. I see. Because like, I'm not sure how valuable most of these are. Because since I'm not upgrading at E2 level, many of these things I might have in stock and never actually use because they might be used for like modules or for skill mastery or stuff like that.
The doctor, isn't it?
And then since I'm not involved in those things just yet,
To drink, doctor?
yeah, if I'm not doing those yet, then they don't have as much value for me as their price might indicate. Okay, let's see here. I have a few of the dual chips completed, so I might want to go and see. Yeah, let me go and see if I can upgrade any of the other operators to E2, or if I need more of these yellow chips.
The doctor, isn't it?
Okay, so we want Scotty and Spectre. Probably Spectre first. That was our goal for tonight. We finally achieved it.
Position be a new source of joy for me? Or will working for you become my
Yo, poggers.
life's joy?
Let's clap. Okay, so what do we have here? Oh, actually a paradox simulation, and then a special story. Solid. Unfortunately, I don't think I have enough anything for Scotty. Yikes. Yeah, because I'm out of guard dual chips. And she needs 3 yellows, which means 6 purples. Well, 5 because I already have one. But still, yes, solid progress, solid. What else do we have? Yeah, it's like we ran out of cash, so we won't be able to upgrade anyone else. But yeah, I imagine it's going to be a long process. Though I might be able to promote a bunch of 4 stars. Those are not as expensive. But yeah, maybe it's a matter of preference who you want to prioritize. Then with Vigna, for instance, the materials are much cheaper. Because like for, who was it? Mostimo, what was it? I need bipolar nanoflakes, which require white horse coal, which is the material that we just purchased from the shop because it's way too complicated to create by hand. But to make these clusters, I can just use the Ori rocks that I farmed previously. And I have a ton of those, so. And I ran out of cash completely. So I have 0 LMD remaining. Or like 100. Yeah, this promotion business is very expensive. But yeah, I guess the next few weeks are gonna be spent farming up all of these, getting the skill ranks to 7, getting the money, getting the experience records, and so on and so forth. Gonna be fun times. Oof.
Captain of Reserve Op Team A1. My team and I will do our best to serve Rhodes Island.
But yeah, it's getting kind of late for me. Then I have to go back to work in the morning. We don't even have enough cash to start the recruitment, so. So yeah, I'm thinking I'm gonna do the last few remaining tasks around the base and just call it a day here. I mean, Doctor, how are we broke again? We had 2 million in the morning. Yep. We broke now. All right, let's switch back to the battle records. Let's see. Yeah, I think one of these was supposed to be precious metals. Yep. And yeah, this is the sort of the, you could call it a problem, you could call it an interesting aspect, or just an aspect of gacha games, in the sense that sort of it's all about resource management. And sort of you have to sort of collect and spend resources responsibly in such a way that you don't sort of screw yourself over in the long run, which might be very tough to do. And yeah, in this case we decided to like level just a few operators. Like overall, the total number of operators that we have starred or selected is exactly 30, and most of them were, or like a good portion of them were already at E1 max level, and we just needed to promote them. A few of them we raised all the way up to E1 max from level 1, E0, but still, like it's not such a large number of operators to ask for. And E2 level 1 is not even close to maximum level. So in that sense we have a very, very long road ahead of us. But still, I'm kind of glad that we took the time to sort of sift through all the operators that we had and to select the ones that we're going to use. Now it's sort of much easier to understand where the resources are going to go and what the plan for the foreseeable future is. And then I think that this set of operators should just carry us through the entire game, and we should be able to just clear all the remaining stages. Well, assuming that we have enough sanity to cover everything.
You want something to drink, Doctor?
But yeah, and this is even before we started doing anything about modules and things. Yeah, I think I want to prioritize production.
It's hard to get used to such a small room.
And then here I remember I had a few spots. So cruise and spot are already full, so I can slot in the other 10.
Real spacious room. And real clean.
Workshop is empty though. Let's slot someone there. And now I think, yeah. Oh, thanks Jordan for the clue. And yeah, I want to thank everyone once again for participating in the stream. You helped me so much with selecting which operators are worth investing in and which ones are niche and should be, you know, not that high in the priority list. And then the memes and the advice with completing the stages and whatnot. All of that was extremely helpful. So thanks, guys. Yeah, but with that, I think that there's not much left to do here other than to like auto a quick stage or two to spend the rest of the sanity, and then we're gonna go, and then that's gonna be it for tonight. But yeah, I imagine that being broke and at 0 sanity is like the default state of Arknights doctors. But oh well, what can you do? It is what it is. Yeah, let me invest into a few of the skill ranks. I think those might be more important than raising the level of the operators. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the stream. And for next time, I might want to consider playing other games as well, not just limiting myself to Arknights. But yeah, I've had that idea in mind for a while. It's just that today didn't work out. The account management side turned out to be way more time consuming than I expected. But it was a lot of fun, so it's all good.
Poison kiss.
Who needs healing? Come over! Get lost! There you are!
But yeah, let's farm out those resources for Mastama's skill.
Can heal that wound in no time. There you are!
A warrior must be ready to face death on the battlefield.
I come from the depth.
There you are! Ikinasai.
Oh yeah, and we can already notice the fruits of our labor. If you look at Spectre's health bar, you can see that it's increasing. It's the passive talent kicking in. The one that she gets from getting to elite level 2.
There you are! Everyone believes in me.
Return to the abyss.
We'll take them out all at once. My weapon chooses its worthy wielder.
I think we did alright.
Yeah, I think so too, Cruz.
Run while you can. Better to be a coward with a pulse than a martyr with a grave.
There we go.
Get lost!
Don't worry, my poison is not contagious. My toxins
Let's see what we're gonna get.
slowly burn your life away.
My rule is to balance your lives hanging.
I won't sleep on the job.
Honey to me, poison to you.
Got it.
My rule is to balance your lives hanging.
Why can't everyone try to get along? Hey, dummies, bring it on!
But yeah,
Honey
farming
to
is
me,
also,
poison to you.
it exists. It's not the most exciting thing in the world, but
My weapon chooses
unfortunately you have to do it. You have to go through it to get the resources for your operators.
If you want treatment, you gotta come closer.
But yeah, in principle it would be nice to clear the rest of the story, to clear the intermezzies and the side stories.
Get lost.
Getting to a higher rank in the CC would also be kind of nice. But
I come
yeah.
from the depths of the ocean.
Hiya! Good, is it?
might be difficult without meta operators.
Are you hallucinating?
Or without a better strategy. That's probably more indicative of success.
Don't get yourself killed.
I'm still getting the impression that I haven't completely figured the stage out, and that I'm not using like the optimal placements, the optimal directions for in which the operators are supposed to be facing, and so on and so forth.
My rule is the balance your lives hang in.
So probably there's a lot of room for improvement. But I guess that's for the next time.
Those who refuse to surrender don't deserve mercy.
Yeah, and we're getting Esther instead of our maze. Unlucky.
You are... Oh, the doctor, isn't it?
But oh well. Oh, and for a small change of pace, let's switch our assistant to Scotty. Why not? Okay, cool. But I think that's gonna be it for me for tonight. Thanks a lot for tuning in. I hope you had fun. I hope you come again. And with that, good luck, have fun, and good night. See you around.